Hello again everyone, I'm Jamie and welcome back to TrikBrix. In this episode of our Adventures Retrospective series, we're going to be taking a look at set number 5958, The Mummy's Tomb, which was released in 1998, contains 260 pieces, and comes with 4 minifigures. Retail price in the US was $30. I've got the original instruction manual here, featuring the box art on the front, and if we flip it over, this set is already going to win an award for the worst alternate builds ever. This one here actually made me laugh out loud the first time I saw it. Seriously, you should pause this video now and marvel at all the train wrecks happening here. It's like a collage of the builds I made as a toddler. But hopefully the actual set is a little better than all of these, so let's put this to good use and find out. Even at first glance, I'd have to say that this set is light years ahead of the one in our last episode, The Adventurous Tomb. It looks to be much more full-featured, includes a proper vehicle, and makes for a way better display piece, so let's dive right in. We've already seen all of the minifigures included in this set, so I'm just going to run through them quickly. If you'd like a more in-depth analysis of each one, feel free to check out the previous episodes in this retrospective series. First up, we have the classic Johnny Thunder. He gets his trademark hat, tan shirt with the ever-present printed revolver, and a pair of black pants. Next, we have his loyal mentor Dr. Lightning, decked out with his trusty backpack, which can be opened and used for storing small items. He also gets a working magnifying glass, a skillet, a pickaxe, and the 20-style treasure map. Our main villain, Sam Sinister, is here to foil Dr. Thunder's well-laid plans, and he's toting a rifle along to help his cause. And last but certainly not least is Pharaoh Hotep. There weren't any variations of him throughout the theme, so what you see here was what you got, one of the coolest minifigures ever. And of course, he's clutching the one thing everybody wants, the Regao Ruby. Now let's get back to the main attraction. First up, we have Johnny Thunder's new ride. Apparently, his old Scorpion tracker wasn't cutting it in the speed department, so he went all-out hot rod for this one. I'm not sure how practical a lowrider like this is going to be in getting across the desert, but it'll definitely look cool parked outside the tomb. Up front, we've got the standard grille and headlights, and I'm not quite sure what this piece is intended to represent. Maybe a bumper, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Just behind the grille is a comparatively massive engine with these black studs, either supposed to be 6 Stromberg-style carburetors or 6 injector stacks. But I don't think either of those options would be period correct for the 1920s, so you can pretty much use your imagination and make them represent whatever you wish. Moving rearward, there's another of these very cool hinged and printed windshields, with wipers, road grime, and a bullet hole. The main body is all one piece, and it has seating for 2 minifigures side by side, as well as a steering wheel, shifter, and another one of these printed console tiles. There's also this slot behind the seats, which is normally intended for map storage, but the instructions direct you to stow a rifle here. On the driver's door, which as a side note does not open, we'll find another awesome utensil that was initially designed just for the adventurers, the sextant. As a kid, I had no idea what these were for, but I knew they looked awesome. There's a roll bar for protecting our heroes, and a shovel clip to the rear here. And this is the only part of the car I'm not crazy about. You've got a couple of slopes here, but I think it would have been nice to extend this back section out 1 stud and then use some curved slope bricks to finish it off. More like an actual hot rod would look. But other than that, this is a solid build, and it's pretty unique compared to the other cars in this series, so I think Johnny found himself a winner here. And now, the Mummy's Tomb itself. The whole thing is built on a 16x32 base plate, and we've got several things going on here, so let's start at the left and work our way across. In the very back corner stands a lone palm tree, which, as I've stated before, is one of my favorite things that LEGO no longer produces. I really wish they'd bring these back because they look and worked perfectly. Each one of these pieces acts as a joint, so the whole trunk can be adjusted and shaped as you see fit. Ahead of that is this obelisk, featuring a printed cartouche, and it's built on a hinge so it can be toppled over onto an unsuspecting trespasser. My hinge brick is a little tight, so it doesn't quite come crashing down as intended, but it's still a pretty cool feature. The centerpiece of the set is this tomb structure, complete with 2 more cartouches and the 1x16 winged sun print. Again, no stickers in this set. I really like the architecture used here, which is somewhat reminiscent of the tomb we saw in episode 7, the Valley of the Kings. These curved inverted slope pieces are used to nice effect, and for a bit of added texture, you have a few 1x1 round bricks in yellow, blue, and light gray scattered throughout. If we take a look inside, we'll find a piece that is exclusive to this set, a red sarcophagus lid. It was never released anywhere else in this color, so that's very cool to get. And it also has a play feature. There's this yellow round brick up on top of the structure, and if we rotate that, it in turn spins the sarcophagus around to reveal Pharaoh Hotep. The base has a Technic pin in it acting as a stop, so it always rotates to the perfect position in either direction, no matter how fast or slow you spin it around. There's not much to see out back, mostly just some structural support. The far right of the build is dominated by this stone statue, which is a fun build, plus it offers up yet another play function. You probably noticed these 2 spears up on top, and if we place our hapless minifigure right here on this black tile and slide the statue to the side, ouch! Poor Sam is getting his lights knocked out all over this set. This type of building is always enjoyable to me, and I think it looks pretty decent, but unfortunately, there's not really anything hidden behind the statue, so you'll need to use your imagination and add some pieces from your existing collection to really make this booby trap worthwhile. But as you can see, space is limited, so you might have to do some restructuring. You have another of these mummy's curse prints, which we've seen quite a bit, and the whole face is just kind of sitting here and can be removed for easier access to the tiny hidden cave behind it. Again, I think this looks nice, but I wish they'd have added a prize for whoever is able to get past the trap. And just for kicks, since I was so hard on the adventurer's tomb featured in our last episode, I decided to see what it would look like if we combined the 2 sets, and I actually like it quite a bit. I had to change up the structure of the doorway ever so slightly, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It adds some nice depth and dimension to the set. Plus, this Pharaoh's Curse print works much better here than on the statue. Just something to think about if you happen to own both of these sets. The only downside is that it interferes with the toppling obelisk, but that can simply be clocked 90 degrees and still maintain its functionality. At the end of the day, despite its minor flaws, the Mummy Tomb is a great little addition to any adventurer's collection. A good selection of minifigures, lots of play features, and a nice aesthetic all work together to form a very fun build. And you can still get it for a reasonable price, generally around $40, which is only $10 more than its original MSRP. I lucked out and scored mine on eBay for just $20.50 shipped, so as with any of these sets, if you're patient and have a little luck on your side, you can still find some pretty great deals. But that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button so you're sure not to miss our next installment in the Adventurers Retrospective series, Episode 10, The Sphinx Secret Surprise, where we'll be taking a look at what may very well be one of the best sets from the theme. Until then, this has been Jamie for TrikBrix. Take care everybody, and play well!